This is a good beat to listen to. I can hear it this time, so I can turn the music down low. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Positively Awesome Wrestling Show. It is yours truly, Jimmy Bay, and I'm joined, as always, by Albert to the right of me. And I don't even need to ask him how he's doing because it's Royal Rumble week, and I know how he's doing. But because I'm a generous and nice guy, I'm going to ask him anyway. Albert, how the heck have you been, and how have you been enjoying wrestling this week?
Obviously, I'm doing good. Wrestling's been fun this week. Right before we went live, Jimmy and I were having a behind-the-scenes conversation about old Royal Rumbles, and this is the best time of the year. Jimmy's going back and doing his Rumble rewatch. I think that's an amazing thing because I do that every year. Every year I watch every single Rumble. I try to do them in either I'll do them in backwards order or I'll do them in the right order. Sometimes I'll go out of order. It depends. I even do the Greatest Royal Rumble, guys. I go to that massive
dedication.
It's a lot to get through. It is, but it's the best time of the year. It's the most fun. I can't wait we get 2 brand new Royal Rumbles this year. So pumped.
What is up, Nick? Thank you for joining again this week, bud. It's the favorite show. I think a lot of people, this is their favorite show of the year. We all recognize WrestleMania as the biggest show of the year, but I think Royal Rumble is the one people get the most hype for.
Yeah,
it's like, it's gonna be awesome, which tends to be a good and bad thing because if they get it right, we're very happy and we're very excited. But if they don't get it right, if they're just off by just a smidge, we are miserable.
If you get to what is it, 2016? I want to say, is that the year that Roman Reigns wins?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Rumble's not a terrible Rumble, but man, the crowd just destroys the entire Rumble.
We remember the ending. That's why.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So I think it's the year that Batista wins. It's like he gets the booze from kind of like when he comes out. The year that Roman wins, it's the Daniel Bryan goes out early, and that's it. It's like the entire Rumble. They boo through the entire Rumble. It's terrible. It's horrible to watch. Like, it's just so hard to. And the Rumble in and of itself is actually really good. Okay, so it's 2015. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, like that I thought so. So it's atrocious. It's so hard to get through. The actual I almost want to mute it sometimes because it's just the crowd ruins it. So that just shows how that stuff impacts it, If
I get that far, I'd be surprised. I started late. And again, this is the first year I've ever done this. I'm seeing a lot of Rumbles for the first time. I started at 88. I'm in the middle of 2003 right now. I've seen quite a few that I'd never watched before. And I'm like, okay, these are really, really good. And the conversation we were having before was revolving around 92, in which I know it's highly regarded as one of the best. And it is a really good Rumble. Ric Flair was awesome. Roddy Piper was amazing in this Rumble. But man, that
commentary
stupid. It is so dumb. Hogan, get out of here, Hogan. You ain't got to be involved in everything, man.
He threw me out. Yeah, that's the rules of the match, you crybaby.
I was talking to somebody about it, and he's like, you don't rank it that high? And I'm like, man, that seemed like where the Hogan politics, or 91, I think, is where Hogan politics started to have a negative impact on the product. And then 92 was
yeah.
I've watched more wrestling this week than I probably ever have before, and
I love
thank you to this wonderful, beautiful woman here for allowing it to happen. What is up, babe? And I was just talking about this one on 2002. I think I've been okay with most of the winners. 91 I thought was dumb, but I don't know who you would have had win. I guess Macho Man, just to give him one. That would have been cool. 2002 is the one I'm like, man, I think they got it wrong. I think RVD should have won that one.
Triple H was so over.
I think RVD was more over. I really do.
Here's the thing.
I think Triple H he returned and people were excited for it.
That was it. It was that pop.
RVD was over.
Look,
his elimination was horrible.
Oh no, it's the worst. The worst. Comes in, has a flurry of moves, gets pedigreed and thrown out by Booker T.
There in the middle of the ring.
For like 2 minutes.
2 solid minutes, yeah. And then Booker T just comes in, doesn't know.
And just The worst. The worst.
The turn was great, though. It was
yes.
Yeah, and I appreciate that about you. It's wonderful. It's awesome. So thank you. But enough of past Rumble talk. We're here to talk about this year's Rumble because it's in 2 days, right? 2 days. Friday, Saturday. Boom. 2
Unbelievable. I love Saturday pay-per-views, by the way. I really PLEs.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I love it. I love it. It's the best.
This is probably the last one-night Royal Rumble we're gonna get. I don't know how you feel about that, but I love it. I love it.
So look, here's the thing. If they were gonna split any other event into 2 nights, I actually said the Royal Rumble's the right one. Mm-hmm. And if you had to like say, okay, Albert, we have WrestleMania, we have the Royal Rumble, we have to do a third. What's your third? Money in the Bank. If you're gonna do these, even and if not Money in the Bank, Survivor Series before SummerSlam. And the reason why I say that is just because if you're going to do these events, we're going to have the same match on multiple times. Put them on 2 separate nights. Yeah. You know, I'd much rather be it be that way.
Makes sense.
So now, if we're going to do War Games, sure, okay, we have War Games men's on Saturday, War Games women's on Sunday. Money in the Bank,
really depending on which War Games has more hype behind it.
Right, whichever. Yeah, like it doesn't have to stick to those specific nights, but yeah, you know what I mean. But like,
same with the Rumble, switch.
Yeah,
but. The thing that I think most people kind of look over with these things is, man, Mania. I've never been to a Mania that was one night, but all the 2 night. I've been to every single 2 night Mania, and I think what's great about it is the amount of wrestling that comes with it.
Yeah,
it creates so much more opportunities for not just WWE, but all the other wrestling promotions as well to come in and make money. It's probably the biggest money making weekend of the year for everybody involved.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Why would you not want to offer more opportunities for those companies? That's insane to me. Y'all are being crazy. And give the women, we always say give women more opportunities. We're giving the women an opportunity to have their own shine for the night. They don't have to worry about trying to outwork the men.
Right.
They're getting their own moments. Technically, they're getting their own show at that point because they're going to be main eventing one of those nights. Why are we complaining? Like, y'all crazy.
And actually, if you really think about it, they don't have to be. So we know that WrestleMania it's going to be these 2 big, like 3 to 3.5 hour epics. Royal Rumble doesn't have to be that way. You can do it over 2 nights and give us 2 hours. Give us a Royal Rumble and 2 matches.
And we know that one of those main events is going to be the Women's Royal Rumble. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Right. So theoretically, you could give me a women's world title match, a WWE Women's Championship match, and a Women's Royal Rumble. Actually, you could defend a mid-card title in there too. You want to give us 3 matches? Maybe the Women's U.S. Championship gets defended, and then we have the Women's Royal Rumble. You could do an all-women's pay-per-view.
Honestly, I would defend 1 men's world title and 1 women's world title on the show, and I'd have
that's the way they're going to do it.
Open the show, and I'd have the Royal Rumble.
The Rumble close
the show.
Yeah, I agree.
That way, each person that wins gets that big moment to close out the show, and it's awesome. Like, this is great. This is absolutely great. I know you have to dedicate 2 nights now to watch wrestling, but hey, I thought we loved watching wrestling. Like I said, I've watched more wrestling this week than ever before, and I've loved watching the Rumbles because they're literally the funnest things to watch. I'm wearing my Rumble tee. This is the first Rumble in. Because I've been to the last 2, so this is the first time I'll actually be able to sit back and watch it on TV. I'll be doing watch-alongs for them, though, so that should be interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm not doing it for the whole show, though. I'm only doing it for the Rumble match.
I don't blame you.
I don't want people to see me cry on screen if the one match doesn't go my way.
I have a feeling I know exactly what you're talking about.
2008 was my favorite Rumble. As of right now, the 98 Rumble... Is that what it's 98? That's my favorite one so far. And then 2001 is very close. But I do remember 2021. That's when Edge returned, isn't it? No, he returned 2020.
Yeah.
I think it's the 2022 Rumble then. Cody. I can't remember. This is why I got to watch him back.
Yep.
I'll get there. I'll just be late. What is up, Courtney? Thank you for joining. You're late. It's okay, though. It's forgivable. But yes, Royal Rumble time. I hope you got your predictions in. Again,
oh, yeah.
I sent them to you earlier this week, so there's no blind sides here.
Got my notes all open and everything.
Let me pull up the things because I don't have them written down in front of me. That way I know what questions to be asking here. So of the two other matches we have, which one are you the most excited about? I'll just go ahead and fill her.
I mean, it's Cody KO. You know, I mean, I am very excited for Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY. I cannot wait to talk about it. I can't wait for the match to happen. I'm like 99% sure that's opening the show in an epic 2 out of 3 falls tag team match, which, I mean, these two tag teams can put on a clinic for. But I mean, how could you not be excited after the promos and the mic work that we've gotten from Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes over the past couple of months? It's been unbelievable. This whole Kevin Owens run this whole turn has been masterfully done. Just similarly to how masterfully done Drew McIntyre's was.
Yeah. Okay, I pulled them up. Yeah, I've been spamming the heck out of the Twitter timeline with it. So I'm sorry, everybody. Just deal with it.
No, it's great. I love that. I love talking about the Rumbles,
I'll be
man.
back to just regularly scheduled next week, but I'm just very excited watching the Rumbles. They're so fun. And yes, it's fantastic, Harry. You're going to love it again. Yeah. I know you've seen it probably multiple times, but you're going to love it again because it's that good. All right. So since we talked, you said KO and Cody, so we'll make that number 2 here. We're going to start off with the DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns, 2 out of 3 falls for the Tag Team Championship match. Now, first question here. This isn't part of the prediction, just about the match itself. How excited are you that we're finally getting a Tag Team Championship match on a PLE? Because it's the first time since Mania.
You know,
it's crazy.
Look, here's the thing. We have
what up, Luke? My bad. We live, Luke. We live.
He's telling you now. We've waited for almost a year to get the tag titles back onto PLE, and I will say, I recently got into a Twitter argument about this over somebody like, oh, you know, those titles have been so devalued, and I'm like, no, the SmackDown tag titles really haven't been devalued. They've routinely been main events. On SmackDowns for almost the entirety of since the belts were created, and they were won in the main event of SmackDown. I think 3 different times. They were been treated very well. Now, look, of course, this is where it's hard arguing with somebody online because immediately he was like, "Well, the Raw tag titles." Okay, the conversation was about the Motor City Machine Guns and the SmackDown and their booking and the SmackDown tag titles not being defended on PLE. And I'm like, okay, this is literally happening. Everything you're asking for is literally happening. He's like, yeah, but what about before that? And how bad were the Raw tag titles booked? I'm like, we're not like, stop bringing other things into this conversation. The SmackDown tag titles, I think, have been booked very well. Yes, I agree. They should be doing more title matches on PLEs. They should be building those stories to get them on there more. I am totally okay with us getting 6 matches on a PLE if that means we get a tag title defended every other month. That's fine by me.
I've never had an issue with them using the main event of Raw or SmackDown for the shows that don't get matches that don't get on the big shows, because in all honesty, it's a big weekend. Whenever there's a PLA, it's a weekend event at this point. So if you're highlighting the tag titles SmackDown night, and then you have a PLE on Saturday, and then on Raw, you highlight with the main event with the Intercontinental Championship or a big time feud payoff, that's cool. You're supposed to be making the shows must see. If you don't, you say that the shows are bad, and then you call people lazy for not putting more effort into them. So I think they've literally turned it into a weekend thing, and as opposed to just, hey, let's shove as many matches as we can onto a PLE. And it's great because it allows those matches on the PLE more time, and they can breathe, and they're better. And 4 matches on a Royal Rumble card, I know people are like, well, hey. One of those matches is 2 out of 3 falls, and is against y'all's darlings, the Motor City Machine Guns, and a team that's very similar to them in DIY. They're going to give you the kind of match that the non-WWE fans kind of always ask for. And since it's 2 out of 3 falls, to expect it to be anything less than 20, 25 minutes, you're crazy. It's going to be fantastic.
And then think about it this way. The other 2 matches we know are guaranteed to be an hour long each.
Yeah.
And you think Cody KO isn't going a half hour?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, I mean,
the in-ring time for Royal Rumble is going to be through the roof. That's why I was doing a prediction show the other day, and we were doing in-ring time throughout the entire show as the tiebreaker. And I'm like, man, This has to be like a 4-hour show because the in-ring time is going to be a lot. You're looking at almost 3 hours of in-ring time between these 4 matches, which is crazy to think about.
Right. And then you know how WWE likes to, throw in those packages and stuff.
So it's going to be a 4-hour show. But still, we're going to get almost 3 hours of in-ring time. So that's cool. And I didn't even think about this, but the SmackDown tag titles have actually been presented pretty well.
Yeah.
Since Theory and Waller won them.
Yeah, they really have.
I take back everything I ever said about it because this hasn't been bad. Raw needs to figure it out. But
Raw, they've had those droughts where they weren't being held, they weren't being defended. But SmackDown
for plots, and it's like
don't
do that.
Right. SmackDown, I mean, it went from A-Town Down Under to DIY. DIY very quickly lost them to the Bloodline. Bloodline,
City,
right? Losing to Motor City. Motor City now back to DIY, which is
that great ladder match with DIY, Motor City, and the Street Profits in there.
Right. You mean the Bloodline, not Motor City, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was Bloodline. Okay.
That's when the Bloodline won the titles. Yeah. We've had really good matches in just the tag division with the Street Profits, Motor City, DIY, all involved in there too. Pretty Deadly starting to come on stronger now. Those Garza, like we're seeing a lot of those tag teams being highlighted on SmackDown. It's not so much, and Raw's got the more time. You would think, well, actually SmackDown's about the same now, but you would think that Raw would be dedicating
more time now. But man,
right,
it's hard.
but they're actively dedicating it to the SmackDown tag team division. They haven't been doing it on Raw.
So with this match, I am going to throw a bonus question with this one that you didn't know about, but it's not like a crazy one that's going to throw you off. Before I do, Harry says he thinks that Motor City is winning them back. And Courtney says she wants them. Oh, she thinks they're winning them back.
Yeah. Okay.
So with that said, who do you have winning? And then I want to know your pinfall order since it's 2 out of 3.
DIY wins. I think Motor City gets the pinfall first. I think DIY evens it up, and I think they cheat to win the third.
So you think DIY comes from behind?
Yep.
Okay. This is good because I also have DIY. I can't see them taking the titles off of them already. I think Motor City Machine Guns, they got their title run. I don't think they need another one right now. They have been the shot in the arm that tag division is needed because, like I said, looking back, it wasn't terrible, but I feel like once they arrived, that's where things really picked up and got the tag division going. They've done a great job at that. Ain't their time, though. Ciampa ain't giving up Goldie. It's just not happening. I don't care if Gargano loses the title. Ciampa cannot. That's Goldie. It stays with him. So I'm going DIY wins the first fall. Motor City Machine Guns wins the second fall, and they have to try and fight back to win it. And in the end, DIY crushes their hopes and dreams to keep the tag titles. So we got them different there.
I like that. That shows the difference in booking philosophies that me and you have. I like that. That's interesting.
I like drama.
So I think it's a little bit more interesting, and this is my thought process. I think it's a little more interesting when the heel wins the second fall, because then the babyface is, even though the babyface is wrestling at an advantage, they're now wrestling almost at a disadvantage for the rest of the match, because the heel, that means that he put them, usually it means they put them out, like hit a finish, knock, put them out, pin them, great. Now the advantage is with the heel for the rest of the match. And I think that it tells a better story.
Yeah, Lou knows ball.
Can't disagree.
He says DIY. See, if Motor City is going to win, this is how I would want him to do it. Because again, I like the baby faces fight.
Yeah, coming from behind. Yeah.
And then heel Gargano. Ciampa is good for wrestling. Absolutely, because Gargano, I probably Ciampa too. I'm just blind to it because I love Ciampa so much. They weren't really clicking at all. The heel turn has worked for him big time. So
yeah, I think that. I think it was needed. I think it was needed for both of their characters. I was surprised for a little while. I thought they were going to really do the Johnny Ciampa split, but it's interesting to now see that they're not going to, because I think everybody expected, oh well, they're just going to redo what they did in NXT on the main roster, and now they haven't. They've already said, okay, we're not doing that.
I think they will eventually. I think you had to make them care about them.
Right, they'll split, but I like that they both went heel first.
Yeah. because if we don't care about them, doing what they did on NXT just won't click, and it'll be stupid and suck. And like there'll be like 100 of us that are like, "This is awesome," but the rest of people were like, "Oh, what? Who cares?" So
yeah,
I like that they teased it, then pivoted away from it, so they can come back to it later.
The RKO ones, they were great.
Yeah. So
the glorious bombs that they did in NXT too, they're great.
We're good
together.
Good.
Yeah.
With that, we can move on to the big daddy of them all, Kevin Owens, your Winged Eagle World Champion, taking on Cody Rhodes, the paper WWE Champion, in a ladder match to. I hope it's not to unify him. I hope it's just to figure out who the real champ here is in a ladder match. Excitement level for this match before we go in, because I know you said you're more excited for this one over the DIY, but on an overall scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with this match?
A 15.
There we go.
You know, let's be honest here. Like, this is the most interesting story that Cody's told since he's won the world title.
Big time.
It's the most interesting story that Kevin Owens has been a part of since the Bloodline. It's been the most interesting thing that WWE has done in a very long time, and it's finally gotten people to believe that there is someone, and to get behind enough, too, that there is someone that can take that belt off of Cody this close to WrestleMania. I absolutely love that is the debate going on. It's not, and it's no longer, you know, like, oh, it's another WWE PLE. Nobody cares. It's, man, who's going to win? How are they going to do it? What's the match going to be like? How long are they going to, like, it's like excitement level through the roof for this match. And I love the story that these guys have told to get us there.
Do you think it's possible that we see the package pile driver on the ladder spot?
Yeah, I think so.
One in between package pile driver.
I was either thinking that one or between the either the guardrail or the announcing desk and the
okay.
Yeah, one of those two. But you might be right. In the ring might be a little bit safe. They might feel that's a little bit safer. That's a good call.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this match because I think this is the first time Cody has had a match for that title where he's not the overwhelming favorite in my eyes. I literally think this is a 50-50 match.
Yeah.
I think they've done a masterful job of planting enough seeds going into the Rumble for WrestleMania season to make you go, wait a second. What's this? The Sammy KO title thing. Like, it's not just KO. They've done it with Sammy with the Karrion Kross thing, planting seeds in his head.
Literally just going to say that.
They've done a masterful job. And when people want to talk about Triple H isn't a good booker, I want them to pay attention to the things he's done for this Royal Rumble right here and let you know you're full of it, because he has done a masterful job of just really sending us in so many different directions, not just with the Rumble itself, but with this match too. Like, again, I know it sounds crazy to think Cody's not going to walk into Mania with that title, but that's how good of a job it's been done right here. It's so good. KO, man, I know he gets plenty of flowers. I'll never think they're enough.
Yeah.
He sold this thing so damn well. Harry going on a crazy limb here and saying Cody wins. Boo you. Boo you. Boo you. She said she loved okay, this is the DIY thing. Yeah, they were good. They were pretty funny. But yeah, KO. I'm like, you're at 15. I'll say 15. I won't try and one up anybody here. But everyone knows my adoring love for Kevin Owens I saw like his match catalog for the Royal Rumble. He is Mr. Royal Rumble.
He really is.
As far as matches go, not the Royal Rumble itself. That's Austin. But the Royal Rumble, like having matches at the Rumble, nobody has a better catalog than Kevin Owens.
It's so funny. He fights for the world title in almost every Royal Rumble. It's nuts.
Yep.
It's nuts.
Yep. And he shows out. He shows out every single time.
And then like there was like the one time where I don't think he did fight for the world title. He fought for the Intercontinental title and had like a banger match with Dean Ambrose. Like he has like these ridiculous showings at every Royal Rumble he's been in. It's funny, he's not in the Royal Rumble matches a lot. He's more which is an interesting thing.
I was really hoping he was going to win it this year, and then I was like, oh, he's in that world title match again.
Yep. But you brought up exactly what they were doing with Sami Zayn, and my whole argument against Kevin Owens winning was, okay, WWE, if you're going to give me the opportunity to believe that Kevin Owens is winning this match, you're going to have to plant seeds for me to believe that there's a story to be told for Kevin Owens to win the world title and go to WrestleMania. Oh crap! Look what they just did with Sami Zayn. But it's like, and that to me, it's just like they've architected this thing so well. They've gotten themselves into a position where anybody can win this match because you can honestly and truthfully believe Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn main event WrestleMania Night 1 WWE Championship. Yeah, sure. Why can't that? Why can't it not be the main event of WrestleMania?
I'll say this: I don't know if that match would main event because of all the other big matches there. But it would be I think it's a match you could open with. And I think it's a main event caliber just because, again, I know WrestleMania has more than one main event. If you don't agree with that, I don't know what to tell you. Main event is a main attraction, and you can have multiple main attractions depending on the people that are tuning into that show.
Apparently not according to Sami Zayn and what he said to your boy on Monday.
What was that? Oh. That's just poking fun. That's just
we'll get there in a few.
Okay. He's so damn good.
He's so good. He's the best.
Before we get to the winner of this one, I had the bonus question. Does Randy Orton show that snake ass face of his in this match?
Yeah, I think he does.
Okay. Now, bonus question time. From the bonus question time, who is Randy Orton going after?
He's going after KO.
Okay. I'm telling you, I think Randy returns and goes after Cody. Because it's Cody's fault what Kevin Owens did to him. Because that's the kind of heel stuff that we have going on with these heels. That's how they turn heels. They come up with these things that are like half-truths. And there's no better half-truth than Randy saying, you know what, Cody? Had you just kept your nose out of that business, Kevin Owens would have done this. Kevin Owens was right, and that was your fault. And that's how you get Cody's Randy Orton match at WrestleMania, and Cody don't need the title.
I won't disagree with you here, but here's the one thing that I will say. I agree. That is exactly the way WWE has been telling stories, which is why I do not think that they're turning Randy Orton heel that way at all. I think he's just going to be, he's the one character that you could just be like, he could just be like, yeah, I was just getting close to him so I can get him when I needed him.
Sammy is not turning heel, Lou. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not happening. Rennie, I don't think he comes back in the Rumble because he has beef with Kevin Owens, but he also, in my opinion, I think he has beef with Cody. So that's where Randy's going to return. And I think the Rumble itself is already so big, you don't need to spoil a Randy return there. I think you should have it here. It just makes more sense for him to return here, not the Rumble.
I mean, I think he returns in the match too. Will he be in the Rumble later? It could be a fun story to tell that Orton comes back, costs either Owens or Cody, whoever he does, costs one of them the world title, and then they come back in to cost him the Rumble. I think that's a great story to tell. So, I mean, is it possible, Courtney? I think it could be possible.
So, I'm back. We're doing Cody, KO, and we're talking about Randy and who he is coming back to attack. Cody, I think he's coming back to attack Cody. Albert thinks he's coming back to attack KO. He hasn't been heel since he did RK Bro. So it's been a minute since he's been a heel. And he does significantly better work as a heel.
Wait, oh my God, was RK Bro after Edge?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
RK Bro is when he got hurt.
Yeah. Oh my God, it feels different. You know what I mean?
I got you back, Lou. I know you love heel Randy. I know you love him. So yeah, I think that helps again protect Cody losing the title because I know they're going to want to do that. They're going to want to help protect him. Again, the ladder match also protects him because he's not.
Yeah, he's not taking a pinfall. Yeah.
Everybody loves heel Randy. He's been a great babyface. He's just significantly better as a heel because he's got that look. He says he's going to be in the Rumble, and then he'll turn after the Rumble. You'd do his return in the Rumble, though, even though the story was KO putting him out. That's my only thing. That's my only thing. He has to return in the match.
And you know, we're going to get to the men's Rumble, I'm assuming, as the main event of the show. But
yeah, it's definitely the main event. There's no way the men's Rumble isn't this year.
Yeah.
How stacked it is.
That's my point. It's almost like it's so stacked you don't need Randy Orton. And when do you like? That's like a weird sentence to say. I also think this is going to be a much different Rumble than we've ever gotten. I think that it's so star heavy, it's so top heavy. It's going to be hard to book because there's so many guys in there that you want to who are you like just dumping out? You know what I mean? It's going to be. We'll get there.
I'm going to blow some people's brains with my choice. Because I changed my pick this week. I've been going back and forth on things, and then something happened, and I thought about it, and I was like, I hate myself for even coming up. But we'll get to it.
Okay, well, then I think that the answer to who I think you'd be leaning to speaks to who you're picking to win this match.
No. It doesn't. It doesn't. I am picking. So,
okay, so because everyone knows. So your thought process is whoever wins the Rumble is challenging Gunther.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. Okay. I'm going to leave a little bit of mystery in there.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll go first because it's very clear who I'm taking. I'm taking Kevin Owens. I'm not budged on this one.
No, you haven't.
They announced this match, and I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to be wearing my KO shirt that I just got for Christmas that I've been wanting for years and years and years as I sit there and watch Kevin Owens take out Cody Rhodes, the package pile driver on the ladder, and then climb his way up to become the undisputed WWE champion all the way into WrestleMania, which is what he deserves. And that's my pick, Kevin Owens, with the help of Randy Orton.
Jimmy, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I hope you're right. I just don't think you're right.
What everybody tells me, they're like, I hope you're right, Jimmy, but you're not.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I hope you're right because I want to see that too. Because I think that if anybody deserves it right now, it's Kevin Owens. And I also think that you have this generational run in Cody that's going to come where he's going to be main eventing WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania as a world champion. There's no doubt about it. Cena did it. And if they're putting Cody in the position to be like Cena, then Cody's going to do it too. And I think that if there's a point where you pull the trigger on doing some chicanery, it's right now. And you put the title on Kevin Owens.
What's up, Lou?
But I don't think they're going to do it. That just, and I hate to be that guy, but I think that Kevin Owens loses this match. I think it leads to Kevin Owens having a match with Orton at WrestleMania, and then I don't think we get Cody and Randy Orton until SummerSlam.
So you don't think they're doing KO and Sammy at WrestleMania at all?
No, I don't actually. Wow. Yeah,
Toronto.
I think if they're gonna do it, I think it's maybe there, or
that'd be an insane environment. That'd be cool.
Or my other thought process is that your boy Lou is right, and they don't face each other. They get back together and they're heels. Yeah,
because he says he's gonna be heel, so they wouldn't face each other. Sammy's not turning heel.
There's a little piece of me. Karrion Kross has turned everybody so far.
Sammy's the ultimate good guy.
That's the biggest test, right? That's the biggest test.
If not for myself, for Tidy as well, I'm standing on business here, and Sammy ain't turning heel. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. We need the babyface top main event championship run with Sami Zayn. We deserve it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Joe Hendry is working the Jericho Cruise. Good. Hopefully he stays out there and he doesn't show up at the Rumble. That would be fantastic because I don't believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah, Sammy ain't turning. Harry, that's about time you got on the bandwagon. You said something right. So they won't do Hell in a Cell Mania because of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I know this Vince would have done this. I don't think Triple H would do that.
I think it's the opposite. Triple H already did a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
I think that was a Vince call because it was when Vince was kind of still fingers dabbled in it a little bit.
I think
it was 39. It was 39. The one in Hollywood, and Vince had come back, and he was like, "I'm not involved." But everyone's like, "Yeah, but some of these decisions that are being made are very you and not Triple H." It was very clear that he did kind of have his hands dabbled in it a little bit, just not officially.
I feel like Triple H has done. Yeah, they haven't done a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
They did because because that was Bad Blood.
Yeah,
that wasn't Hell in a Cell. Okay, so then, hey, when I wrote my article back in 2021, I said it should be in a Hell in a Cell, so I wouldn't be opposed to it at all, especially since they don't have that pay-per-view anymore. But I just don't think they're going to do it. They just had one, and it would be really hard to top Punk and McIntyre.
Yeah,
I think they could do it. I just think it would be hard.
Yeah, and you know that like Triple H likes to use these matches sparingly.
Yeah. So, but we're getting off track. So he has Cody, I have KO. This is great. We have a lot of differences right now.
Yeah, I'm glad.
We have three things different at this point. So
and we both said that
going on, baby.
Right, we both said that Orton's returning, and we both said for different reasons. So I think it's great.
Yeah. No, we have so many heels right now. We have so many heels. Stop it.
Do we?
Yes. Seth's about to turn heel too.
I think Seth's going to be a tweener. I don't think he's fully turning.
I think he's going to turn heel. It's already happening.
I think if he lost to in my mind, if he lost to McIntyre, I thought that was undoubtedly it was going to happen, and they had him beat McIntyre, which I was surprised about because I thought that if he loses to Drew after he lost to Punk too, I'm like, that's it. He's going to snap. That makes sense. The fact that he won makes me think that maybe he might go a little crazy, but he's not going full crazy, and he's going to kind of stay like in this tweener thing. It's very hard to turn him heel with the song.
Yeah, change the song. Problem solved.
Yeah, I agree, but it's also over, and I have a feeling they don't like doing that anymore.
I think when Punk eliminates him in the Royal Rumble, he's going to snap.
Okay.
I think that. But again, they could just go a completely different route.
There's so many different ways.
So,
I have no idea.
Roads to
I don't know. Look, I predicted two people to win the Royal Rumble for both Royal Rumbles. I don't know if either of them are right. I don't know if any of yours are right. I don't know if anybody's predicting the right one. I don't know who's fighting who at WrestleMania. I have no idea what's going on right now. And I love that so much.
This has been a problem in the past where we were like, what's the main event of Mania going to be? And it was because there was literally uncertainty across the board. We don't know what it is now, but it's not because of uncertainty. It's because there's so many seeds that have been planted over the last few months, and all these roads are like starting to come together, and we're like, all right, which road are we taking? Which road?
Yeah.
And every single one of them makes sense. Obviously, we have preferences, but hey, if I miss this exit and I got to keep going this way, I'm still happy because this shit's going to be good too. It's beautiful. And again, it just goes to show how good of a booker Triple H has been. I really hate the argument against that. I truly, truly do.
You know what's crazy to me? This is what's crazy to me. I'm not trying to be a homer, and I'm not trying to be a stan. I'm not trying to be, whatever, right? WWE, in every single one of these matches, can give me a different outcome than whatever I'm predicting, and I will be happy with each and every one of them. If Motor City Machine Guns win, great. If Kevin Owens wins, oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. If whoever I pick to win the Royal Rumble, if somebody else wins, somebody who people who I guess we can throw out people who I'm not picking, just say like if Jey Uso doesn't win, or Sami Zayn doesn't win, or Drew McIntyre doesn't win, or Seth Rollins doesn't win, or CM Punk doesn't win, if they don't win, I'm not going to be upset. But if they do win, I'm going to be satisfied. Yeah. There's just everything that you could give me is I trust implicitly that it's going to be great come WrestleMania time, and I love that. And it's been years since we felt that way. You're watching those Royal Rumbles now. You're getting into the nitty gritty now. You're going to get to the point where you're going to see what the booking is. If you know what's going on in WWE at the time, you're going to know who's going to win that Rumble before you even watch it. Yeah. Because that's how telegraphed it was for years. Yeah. We knew Benoit was winning when he was number one. We knew, you know what I mean?
This one ain't happening that way. There's too top heavy, and that's great. Real quick, the IC champion, hey, I loved it. I want to see a babyface run at the top with Sammy because all the other people that he kind of came in with have had their moments. And whether it be he was just pulled out and lost all his momentum or an injury, he's never had the real chance to do so. And he's been one of the hottest people since he got put into the Bloodline storyline. And I think at some point he has to be rewarded for that. That's my feeling on it. And I want him to do it as a babyface because that run in the Bloodline turned him into this lovable babyface that we all love now. And I don't want him to turn heel before we do it. That's all I'm saying. If it happens, hey, I love Sami Zayn regardless. Cool. I just have a preference with it. But Delusional, he was great. Real quick on this one too, I don't think that was a mistake because Austin Theory just held onto that thing for so long that people were tired of seeing it. So you had to do something with it quick so that people forget about it and that the next men's Money in the Bank won't be the victim of just an oversaturated briefcase.
And it wasn't because
I think it was great.
And it wasn't because Priest was great.
Yeah. I'm going to Twitter and bruh, I will cancel you. Oh, that's the next one. Yeah, that's the next one. But now we'll move on to the the Women's Rumble.
All right, yeah. Which again, we're going with the Women's Rumble. I have no idea. Like, there's people who I think, but then there are other people where I think, oh, it could be that person. I'm like, oh, it could be that person too. And I love this. I love this so much.
For the most part, I agree, but I think they've been significantly better over the last 2 or 3 years. I know exactly what you're saying. Heels are more fun, Lou, but
they are.
But yeah, the women's Royal Rumble, I feel like is a lot more predictable to me. But that doesn't mean that I'm right. It just in my head, I'm like, okay, there's these options. It has to be one of these two. But they could shock me. I don't think they've done nearly as good of a job building this one up and promoting it and leading us in as they have the men's. I think they've put a lot of eggs into the men's basket, unfortunately. But I still think there's two very good options here. I'm very excited for the surprises in the Women's Rumble because I think we see a lot more TNA girls this year. And I think we see some other surprises that we kind of are like, wow, I really wasn't expecting that. And Courtney says she wants Jordan Grace. Hey, one of the people I was talking to the other day said that he thinks it could happen. I'd be shocked, but hey, if you want to make her a big deal right out the gate, she wins it and challenges Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. That's a crazy match.
Yeah.
That's a very good visual of seeing Jordan Grace face to face with Rhea Ripley. He says his top 3 picks, Io, Raquel, and Charlotte. I think you are on the wacky tobacco with that Raquel pick, bro. Hey guys, first time, long time. Should we outlaw tag teams from entering? We know they won't last. Hey, I came up with the idea if we're gonna do 2-night rumbles, have a tag team rumble as well, and have a 15-man tag team rumble. That way they don't have to be in the singles ones. That's
here's the thing. I get what you're saying. I also understand the idea that if you're going to the Royal Rumble, there's 30 guys, and some tag team matches are very popular, and you want to get them on the card. So,
if you have a tag team rumble, you don't have to do that anymore.
No, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that's 100% a great idea. I'm just saying right now, what we have, like, from here on out, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just, to me, I just think that it's like, I want to see the New Day, so I want them in the Rumble. I know they're not going to win, but I do want to see the New Day, I
think it could benefit certain people. Like, again, we were talking about Montez Ford last week.
Yeah.
How it's like he's a guy we expect to be a single star one day. So having him come in there and have a good showing it works. But
I agree.
I'm ashamed, buddy. I'm ashamed that you would call me that. Is Tony Schiavone? Because that would be worse. That would be so much more worse.
I don't know if it would be worse, actually. But
Nick is back, and he says Miss Flair is going to not only win it, but he's picking where she's winning it from at number 3. What's the significance with number 3? I'm curious.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait. No, forget it. I'm stupid. So it's Ric Flair won in number 3 at 92.
Oh, okay. Don't do that. Is it, though? Because, again, if you do 15 minutes, just 30 teams. I mean, it's just 30 people, just like the other Rumbles. And then it also puts it. I know it sounds like a silly idea, and I know people would be against it at first. But what you're doing is putting the World Tag Team titles, something that we constantly bitch about, not getting any kind of attention. You're giving them a made match for the WrestleMania. and you have 2 months to build the match up so that you could create a story there with it and bring those titles up.
There was a year. Look, I'm completely in agreement with you because I believe that they need to be highlighted and put into a spotlight, and I think that's what it does. It spotlights them, right? These teams are fighting for these titles. There was a year where after the Royal Rumble, maybe it is 2003. It's somewhere in that area. No, it couldn't be 2003 because Brock won in 2003. Benoit won in 2004, so maybe it's 2005. They do a SmackDown Rumble, and it's 15 guys. It's the main event of SmackDown, and it's a 15-man Royal Rumble as the main event of SmackDown to determine who's going to be the number one contender for the World Championship. My thought process has always been, why have they not done this more often for the other championship? One, or two, your exact idea. Why are they not doing this for the tag teams? Like, why not just put that? Like, we have, Raw on Netflix now where we can do this. We can just be like, okay, it's co-branded. Winner faces their champion, at WrestleMania.
It was 2004, they said.
Okay, so it was 2004.
And
okay.
Eddie won it.
Yes, he did. And I think it's the greatest idea. I think it was one of the best ideas they've ever had. I think it was a great way of building. Now we're getting conflicting things. I feel like maybe it happened twice. No, I think Angle won a battle royal for the world title. I think maybe that's what you're thinking of, Nick, because I was thinking of the same thing.
Yeah, I'm clueless on this. I can't.
Either way, whatever the case was, I thought it was a great idea and it's a great concept, and I think that would really bring a prestige back to the tag titles too. I know we're running out of time. I'm rambling, but
we're good. I predicted we were going to go over, so that's a bonus point for me because it's the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, of course.
You could do that. You could do that against the other tag team titles since they want to do two for some reason. I still think we should have one. But I also want to put NXT tag teams in that battle royal. I don't want it to just be Raw and SmackDown one because there's not enough top ones. Put some NXT, and then you can have an NXT team win it, and that's their way into the they
can challenge whoever they want
on a 2-night Rumble. I think it would work. But let's get back to the Women's Rumble here. I want to know first off, who do you have as the number one entrant to be the proverbial Iron Woman in this Rumble match?
The returning Alexa Bliss.
At number one?
Yes.
This man is wild.
I think that if you're going to return her, you're going to want to get that pop, and I think you get it right off the bat. I feel like they do, they do that like they did it with Sasha. She started the Rumble. They did it with Becky, I think, one year where she was number one. I think that they have the tendency to do it. I think you're going to return somebody. I feel like you don't return Jade Cargill at number one. You return Alexa Bliss at number one. She's been away for a little while. She just recently posted up something with her cuddling with her child, which was very adorable, and said, if you need me, I'll be here for a while. And in the back of my mind, I went, I think you're going to be somewhere else for a while. Number one in the Royal Rumble and being in that ring for a pretty decent amount of time. That's my prediction.
This I'm just putting this up real quick. It has nothing to do with the Women's Rumble, but I saw it, and I think it's so blasphemous. Lou, get out of here, bro. They're fantastic heels, man. Even their mama and daddy hate them, man. Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
You're bad when your parents hate you.
Nick says his number one is Roxanne Perez. Not a bad shout.
That's not a bad one.
Harry says it's going to be Belair and Charlotte that are starting.
That's interesting.
And then Nick says that she hit the tear in her eye during her promo package. That's why he thinks she's going to be at number 3.
I
get it. My number one, Liv Morgan, because she is the star that she's actually winning matches now that she's not champion. It's the most ass backwards thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, what do we do?
I'm very upset when she wins matches.
I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. I think she's number one, though. I think she's going to put on a show because she deserves to show out after having to drop the title to Ratchet Rhea. Bailey. I don't think Bailey is because she was the Iron Woman. I don't think she was number one, but she was
number 3.
Yeah, she was like the longest lasting. I don't think she gets that there. Nikki Bella, number 3. Hey, I think she's in it. I don't think she's number 3. I think the Charlotte one makes sense now that Nick brought up that point. So next question. Who are your final 4 for the Women's Royal Rumble?
Lyra Valkyria.
Ooh.
Nia Jax. Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch.
Man, he putting some spotlight on Lyra. I like it because it makes the IC title look stronger. So that's
it does.
A good shout.
I will say this. I thought of this as soon as you gave me these questions. I literally threw down first names that come to mind. I went back and I was going to replace Lyra with Liv, but Liv has been the runner-up in every Rumble. I don't think she's winning this one, and she's been the runner-up in every single one of them, and I just don't think they do it a third year in a row. So I was like, you know what? You think she's going to win?
Huh?
You think she's going to win?
No.
Okay.
But she could be in the final four and not be the runner-up.
Okay, fair enough. I just don't even think she gets there. I think she gets eliminated because she's a heel. I think she gets eliminated early.
By Raquel? Oh, I beat that woman so bad.
I don't think that. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know what they have something planned for Liv Morgan at WrestleMania because she's not going to be on WrestleMania.
Tag team champion.
I think so too, but I feel like they pull. Then if that's the case, then it's Liv or Raquel that took out Jade.
Jade? No. That's Naomi.
Okay, interesting.
Naomi has benefited the most from it.
I agree, which is why I don't think it's going to be her.
I didn't even realize this. Jade threw Naomi out of the Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah, she did.
Jade overtook her spot with Bianca by showing up and doing her thing. It's like Naomi lost everything, and then since Jade's been out of the picture, Naomi has gained everything. So I think Naomi and Jade is where they're going with it. But
right, no, I agree. It makes total sense, which is why I don't think they're doing it.
Bro, if I had back muscles and I can make it a gimmick, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
But I got no back muscles, so I can't even try.
My back looks like the inside of a spoon.
Nick says Bianca, Jade, Charlotte, and Io. Man, I hate that I forgot all about Io in this. I might change mine up here real quick. But for my final four, I too have Flair. There's no way she's not there. Liv. I have her running that gauntlet because watch her. That's what she do. Lou said Jade's winning the Rumble. That's wild.
I'd be so Jade versus Rhea at WrestleMania. Give me it.
Bianca.
Okay.
Is number 3.
Okay.
And then Roxanne. Because I think
interesting. All right. I love that we each put a spotlight on somebody there.
I think they need to do something with Roxanne to let her know that she's a real deal player.
Okay. So you said that you think there's 2 matches that come out of this. And I think that we're both on the same page as to what we both think they are. So I think that it's going to be very interesting to see what each of our picks are, because I believe we're both going to have the opposing pick.
I don't think so. Who's your pick?
I think it's going to be Becky.
Oh, he went left field like crazy.
I think Becky and Rhea at WrestleMania. I think that we got that tease. I think that we got the match, last year at 40, and I think we get the rematch.
Man, hey, I am not mad at Becky winning anything. But yeah, I got Charlotte, and I hate doing it. I hate doing it.
I figured that's where you were going to go too. So, but who did you think the other one was then?
Bianca, but you don't even have your final four, so I didn't think.
So that's right. That's right. You did say you did want Bianca versus. Rhea. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. It does make sense. But then, so what you think? You're thinking that Liv and Raquel win the tag titles before Mania. So it's Jade versus Naomi at Mania, Bianca versus Rhea at Mania.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Titles, yeah.
That makes total sense. I like that. I like that a lot. That's very logical. It makes total sense.
Lou, you're treading thin ice right now.
Yeah, even I can't agree with you here, man.
I don't think that's a good idea, buddy. I don't think that's a good
idea.
Just
go back to talking crap with me about Liv Morgan. That would make me so much happier.
All right, and now for the surprise.
And Jimmy much more upset.
For the surprise entrance, and just so we know, it's 1 point if it's just someone from the WWE roster that's returning or from the NXT. It's 2 points if they're an old timer, like that's not an active participant, or someone who's not even part of WWE.
So I spoiled one already.
Yes, you did.
I said Alexa. My other one is Nikki Bella.
He's going safe.
Yeah, I did. Look, it worked for me the other couple of years ago, right? When I said Naomi was going to be Naomi, and you were like, "Oh man, I forgot about that." So
Yeah, she's making her debut at the unemployment line because she will not be with WWE much longer. I cannot see it happening.
That name is just fantastic. Woo!
Becky's awesome, and I think she'd come back as something completely new. Not big time, not the man. I think it'd just be something new. I think she's wanted to try stuff.
Yeah.
Mickie James is a good shout. Nikki, I don't think Jordynne Grace is a surprise at this point because they did announce that she's signed.
Yeah, they said she signed. Yeah. Yeah, I think where else is she going to be?
Gail Kim is a good one.
That's a good shout too.
Up. That is not happening.
I don't think so either.
Never. It's never going to happen. My picks, I share one. I have Alexa Bliss on mine too. I think all of this rumor boo-ha stuff is a bait and switch big time. Yep. And then because of where Elimination Chamber is, I think Trish shows up in this Royal Rumble.
I like that. That's a good shout.
Toronto. I mean, let's go.
Yeah.
We're going. So we both got Alexa, which is hopefully good news because
for both of us.
It's been way too long.
I agree. Courtney, I would love to see Asuka back. That would be great.
Yeah.
And especially now that we've seen that, I mean, Kyrie just went down. Dakota might be, I don't know how long Dakota's going to be out after that. I mean, if it had to do with that drop kick, I mean, Zoe just lit that girl's poor chest up.
I don't know if she does it again. I don't know if she's in another one, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Asuka, I don't know.
I could see
okay with it. I could be okay with
it.
Okay, men's rumble. The big granddaddy. This is why we're here, baby. We're gonna ask the same questions, obviously.
Yeah.
First entrant, the Iron Man. Who you got?
I know it's terrible because it already happened, but Jey Uso's entrance is way too over for him not to be number one, in my opinion. He can't yeet to the ring for more than 2 minutes if he's numbered 13. You know what I mean? So I think he's number one.
That's why I think he's 2.
Okay, fair. I'll take that too.
You have to do it. You have to.
Yeah.
Penta, I think, is your number one.
Oh, that's a good one. I like
that.
One
I think you have to do. And if you really want to give him a chance to show out and show hey, he's legit. He's what he's here for. I think you put him at number one and let him last a good bit.
Harry, I saw someone say that too. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams starting, and that would be awesome because you get 60,000 people chanting "whoop that trick." I'm down. That's going to be an atmosphere.
Kaiser's a good shout. I think Kaiser has been overdue for a push. He said, "Bro, Roman ain't gonna be number one. Get out of here." I would lose my mind if Roman was number one. But he's going to show up at number 28, and then number 29 is going to get to the ring before Roman does. That's what's going to happen there. Hey, I'm with this 100%. 100%.
You just watched the old ones, right?
I love the old ones where there was no music because you saw who deserved to be there and who probably shouldn't have been there. And it wasn't because the music got him hype. It was we're excited to see this person. I'm with it. Yeah, so there you go. Nick has the same thought as I do. Penta number one, Jay number 2.
That's interesting. I like that.
So final 4 of the men's rumble. This is the toughest prediction question
I've
ever had in my life.
I changed this 5 times.
Yeah.
And I still don't think I'm right. Okay, I'm going with Roman Reigns, John Cena, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre.
He went for the big dogs, man. He said I'm picking all the heavy. Look, I would love to see a spot where the final 3 are Roman, Cena, and Punk, because that is just mind blowing. Hey, and if Rock's in here, he's the 4th. That is absolutely mind blowing to me. That's a real possibility here.
Yeah,
I'm going a different route, but
I love that.
Your final 4: Roman, Cena, Punk, and Drew. It's a good final 4.
Right.
Final 4. So with that said, do you want? I'll do my fun. No, I want you to pick yours first because mine. I'm.
You want me to pick my winner first?
Yeah, I want you to pick your winner first before I give my final 4 because I'm so upset with my final 4 winner.
So, look, I made this crazy prediction a couple of months ago when we did our way too early WrestleMania prediction show. And I said that someone was going to win and they were going to challenge for a championship and it wouldn't be what you would think. I think Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble.
He thinks he's going to get Gunther.
And I think he goes against Gunther.
That's
it. That's my prediction. Maybe it's just because that's what I really want to see. And I don't even know if it's in the realm of possibilities. I don't even think it, like, internally it's probably even been discussed. In my opinion, though, that match is so money. And I really think that the favor could be that, hey, Paul, can you tell your boy to challenge Gunther so I can get my respect back from Cody Rhodes after that whole promo battle on Raw?
Lou likes the pick.
Just saying.
Okay, so Harry says Sammy, Roman, Drew, Punk. It's a good one.
It's a good one,
Nick
too.
Says Punk, Cena, Roman, Rock. It's a good one. Courtney says Roman, Seth, Cena, and Punk.
That's a good one, too.
They're all good. They're all
Roman, Seth, Drew, and Punk. Yeah, absolutely.
All good. Scratch that. Change Punk, Cena, Seth, and Sami Zayn. Again, all these are good. Mine, I got a combination of 3 of these, and then I have one that nobody has.
Okay, I love this.
So I have John Cena because I think he needs.
Yeah.
It goes against the match I want, so I'm so hopeful I'm wrong in my prediction here.
Okay, so you're not picking Cena to win, so that's crazy.
John Cena's not winning, no, but he's in the final 4 because for him to have the story.
Oh, right, that's right. You want him to win an elimination chamber anyway. You're right. Right.
Close, and then fail.
Right.
That's what I think the story should be for Cena, and he should lose. So Cena's in it. He's not winning it. CM Punk, final 4. I don't see him winning it.
Me either.
I have Drew McIntyre in the final 4 because he deserves it.
So we're 3 for 4.
He's not winning it.
Okay.
My 4th and a winner of the Royal Rumble. And I want to be able to explain this a little bit too.
Okay.
When I look at how top heavy this Royal Rumble is, I wanted Sami Zayn to win this, but I feel like it's danger to him if he wins it to get those boos because it wasn't Cena. It wasn't Roman. It wasn't Punk. 3 guys who people want them to win more than Sammy, if I'm being realistic. So if one of those 3 is
why do I think I know what you're going to do right now?
One of those 3 is not winning, you got to prepare for a bad reaction. So in my idea, a heel has to win. If there's anybody, and I mean anybody, that is equipped to win this and get that reaction and really piss some people off. Hey, if you're thinking it's Dom is in the Rumble. There's no way he's not. You better not pick Dom. I'm not.
Really? Because I thought that was the build. Come on.
I think it's Logan Paul.
Oh, that's a good call.
And what really sold it for me is the Logan Paul versus Jake Paul Netflix match that's a month before Mania.
Oh, shit.
Because what's the best promotion you could possibly get for Mania? Having Gunther sitting front row while Logan Paul beats his brother and then cuts a promo on him in front of the 60 to 80 million people who are going to be tuning in to watch that match.
Do you want to know why they won't do that, though? What if Logan loses?
He won't, because it's all fixed.
Even still?
I think it's all fixed.
Look, I'm not going to say that you're wrong.
Hey, I hate myself for making this pick, but I'm trying to be logical here.
No, I mean, it's logically, it does make sense.
And if you look at it, because
look, you want to talk about logical?
Paul, I don't like the idea of Logan Gunther Paul at first, but then I'm like, well, the ring is sacred. That's Gunther's thing.
Yeah.
Who's the most unsacred son bitch that's going to get in that ring with him?
Yeah.
It's Logan Paul.
It's like you said, you want to talk logic, right? Logically, the right move would have been this match at the debut of Netflix. That should have been the main event of the debut of Netflix.
I agree.
Right? So the fact that it isn't actually lends itself to it being the main event of WrestleMania because it makes sense.
How is he going to destroy him if it's fixed for Logan Paul to win, man? Come on. Floyd Mayweather didn't destroy Logan Paul, and Floyd Mayweather is 100 times the boxer Jake Paul will ever be.
He's not wrong.
Rock wins. Hey, I see it.
Sure.
There's so many options here.
Rock and Cody, yeah, absolutely.
Clearly see it, but Logan Paul winning it. That crowd. You heard the heat he had on Raw. That was nuts.
He couldn't even get a word out.
Piped in. Bullshit. That was the most realistic boos I've heard in a long time. That was loud. That was loud. That was, I dare say, louder than anything I ever heard Dom ever get. So, man, can you imagine 60,000 people booing this man? And then you turn Gunther face for this feud, tweener, whatever. That's kind of the only mix-up I think there. But it's a boxing match, but it's a boxing match, but it's still gonna be fixed, man.
Here's the other. Okay, do you want me to find another piece of flaw in your logic? Logically, if you're Logan Paul, why do you choose Gunther? Why wouldn't you choose Cody?
Because he's the star of Netflix. He's the face of Netflix, and he literally called it out.
Okay, fair enough. I'm with you. All right,
he wrestled Cody.
That's it.
Has he wrestled Cody?
Yeah, but I mean, why wouldn't you want the rematch?
Right? After Gunther, he literally came out and confronted him.
You're right. Okay, Netflix. Fair enough. I knew you had something. I just wanted to hear it.
And I think at the thing where they were doing the press conference for it, he literally said, "I'm going to come in and become the world heavyweight champion on Netflix." He said this from
perfect. Then there you go. Perfect.
And I'm heartbroken to pick this. I truly, truly am. But
Harry, I actually don't dislike your idea at all. I think that would be great.
Drew knocks out Punk and Cena. I think Drew should have I think he should knock out all the fan favorites, except for Roman, because I think Jacob Fatu is doing that.
I would love that too.
And one of the things I absolutely loved about the whole thing was Seth did his number, and then Gunther was like, "I pray that you win so that I can show you." And then Logan came around and he goes, "I changed my mind. I watch you."
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
that was the most I feel like I've seen Gunther have that twinkle in his eye in a minute. I'm very excited to see this match. Whereas before I wasn't. They sold me on it with just that little bit, and then again, I try to use logic in these things, and I know I hate it so much. I hate it so much. But the good news is, Sami Zayn can get his title shot, number one contendership in Toronto in Canada, which is much more it's much a better idea for him to go on to face Kevin Owens. So that can still happen. Okay. I'm not budging on that one.
So in your scenario, who does Cena wrestle at WrestleMania?
I don't know. Braun Breaker, IC champion.
Okay.
We get the wish version.
I don't hate that at all.
I'm not mad at it.
I don't hate that at all. I just don't know that Cena's last WrestleMania. I feel like that's not what they're going to do. But it's interesting, right? And look, let's be honest. You could just sit there and say it just replace that and just say Drew, and now it's a main event attraction match. You know?
Yeah. I think there's options for Cena.
Or
it's not
Punk.
the option I wanted. It's not. Hey, yeah. There's things. I like the idea. If I'm not getting Gunther Cena, I want Braun Cena. I want to see something fresh, and I want it to have a really impactful story behind it. This is our last year with Cena. I want it to be good, so that's what I would do. Again, hopefully I'm wrong, and we get to Cena Gunther somehow. Hopefully,
I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the first times where you predicted something where I was like, I kind of hope you're wrong. But
everybody is saying they hope I'm wrong, but they're like, man, I hate
it. Makes sense.
It
makes sense.
So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, hey, it is fresh, and I'd be okay with that one. I just think the wrong one's better because there's actual an impactful story behind it. He finishes the Grand Slam, even though it's something so simple and stupid. It is something.
Yeah.
And John Cena would be fighting from underneath for it. So, all right. Returns. Probably should have done this before we did the final one.
Yeah, whatever.
Returns. I'll go first this time. For returns or surprises in the men's rumble.
Yeah.
I have Omos returning.
Nice. That's a good pick. I didn't think about that. That's a good one.
Omos returning. And then it is time. Because the man has been ready for years. Because he's always ready. Matt Cardona. This is his year. This is his year.
Well, you have one of mine.
So I have Omos and Cardona as my surprises.
Yeah, I had Matt Cardona as well. I think it only makes the most logical sense in the entire world. His wife's pushing for it. I don't think there's anybody on the roster right now that has worked with him that isn't pushing for it. One of his best friends is the world champion right now. You know, that's simply put, I think it's time. My other one, you're just gonna hate me anyway. So I'll just say that if someone says his name, then he'll appear.
Muted and booted.
There it is.
Muted and booted. He can't say his name, so he can't appear. That's the rules of the game, right? I love it. I love it. I know you love Omos, Lou. I know you love him so much. Dolph. I think Dolph has a real chance. Nick Namath. I don't think he comes in.
Yeah.
Logan makes sadly all sense in the world completely.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's true.
Yeah. Man, I hate it. I hate it so much. But go ahead, say the dumb.
I don't have to. Lewis did it for me already.
He didn't say it. He just typed it, and I'm not putting it on the screen, so it's not going to happen. Omos
is just Jimmy's way of saying that he believes.
I do not. I believe he sucks. How about that? Hey, Omos, man, I don't know if you saw what he was doing over in Japan, but he looked 10 times better, man. He really did. I'm not just trying to hype him up either, because I'm not like a big fan. I liked what I saw of him over there, though. He says somebody and Mark Cardona. So, Harry, I'm not even putting that stupid comment up. It is the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard. And I've heard some pretty blasphemous things tonight. I've said the most blasphemous things tonight. What you just said takes the cake, takes the buffet. I'm not putting it up there. But hey, Royal Rumble is in 2 days. I'm excited. I'm so very excited. I know Albert is too. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the comments is excited as well.
So we can wait.
With that, before we say our goodbyes, let everyone know I'm going to be doing watch. I see them kind of popping up, and I've been wanting to try them. I don't like doing it with people because they kind of take away from. So I'm going to be doing it by myself. I'm going to be doing a Royal Rumble watch along for the men's Rumble and the women's Rumble, not the matches in between. I'm going to take a break from that. So you can tune in to each one. You can tune into one. You can watch them. I don't care, whatever you want to do. But join me for that. I will be going crazy, ballistic, and maybe even crying during these things because the women's one's gonna be good, but the men's one, I don't think there's ever been a Rumble this big.
Well, one that we don't know what's gonna happen. Like
it's so star heavy. We don't know what's gonna happen, but anywhere they go is probably going to be good because we kind of can see a lot of different paths here as we've been talking about the entire time. So you can catch that on Saturday. If you want to join me, go ahead. That's fine with me. Again, I'll do like I do here. I'll engage with everybody here. We can talk all night. But with that, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining along. I really appreciate it. It always makes it go by quicker, but also it's more fun this way. So with that, we will say our goodbyes. I hope you are all ready to rumble. And if Albert has nothing to say, we will say toodles.
See you guys.